literally in tone, exactly how Sneha would read. She just got. I said, just do it the way she does it.
Perfect.
Sneha is a very good actor. So, which is why I was very confident that जो जिसने भी ये film देखी, उसको कुछ भी गलत
नहीं लगा.
There were portions in the film which, because of length, had to go on because of other reasons, which showed Karsan Das as a Samaj Sudharak first. Hi, this is Siddharth P. Malhotra, and you're watching me on IWMBuzz.
सवाल न पूछे वो भक्त अधूरा और जवाब न दे सके वो धर्म. धर्म गुरु बदलते रहेंगे लेकिन किस्से वही रहेंगे. ये और ना जाने कितने सारे हार्ड और हेवी हिटिंग डायलॉग्स है नेटफ्लिक्स की फिल्म महाराज में, जिसका काफी अपना ही भी रोलर कोस्टर राइड रहा while coming to the release. Hi everyone, this is Kunal Kothare. You're watching me on IWMBuzz, and sitting with me is that person जिन्होंने इस वर्ल्ड को क्रिएट किया, and we are really privileged to have you, sir.
Thank you, Kunal. Means a lot.
Thank you. And you know, the reason I mentioned these dialogues specifically is because, you know, the other day I was, my parents watched it, and my mother is a Vaishnav herself.
Acha.
And she was blown away by the film in the best way possible.
Wow.
She was just literally clapping in her own way that, you know, okay, this is what, you know, it means, and, you know, everything. So it means, and that's exactly the kind of, you know, response you would anticipate.
Yeah.
Once you see the film, and that's where the problem lied.
Absolutely.
Nobody
Once
saw
you
the
see
film.
the film. Yeah.
But coming to that, sir, कि जब आप बना रहे थे, I know the story that, you know, you saw the drama,
play,
and you wanted to, you know, you resonated and you wanted to make a story on that. But did you never ever foresaw that, you know, shit, if I'm making this, what if there is going to be a reaction?
You know, Kunal, for me, when I saw the story, and honestly, when I saw the story, I saw a David Goliath story. I saw a story about a man who is a journalist, and then I saw his photograph. I said, ये तो ऐसे लगता है यार. ये तो ऐसा नहीं है कि खड़ा हुआ है. ऋतिक रोशन नहीं है. ये you know, टाइगर श्रॉफ नहीं है कि आगे मार दूंगा तुझे.
Correct.
He's a normal looking guy. He could be anybody in my office. He could be anybody.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, this man, who was a Samaj Sudharak then, a journalist then, who was making stories of journalists today, first of all. Then I said, he had a voice in 1862. He was fighting for Sati, was fighting against Sati actually.
Yes.
For
widow remarriage.
Of course. And at that time, like there are lots of portions in the film. His introduction was actually, he was stealing a child bride.
Correct.
Which is not there in the film.
Oh, okay.
Picture में नहीं है.
Okay.
Picture में actually एक शादी हो रही है, and he's stealing a child bride and he brings her home, and he meets Bhabu, which is the जो dialogues आपने बोले अभी शुरुआत में,
right.
Those dialogues are credited to Sneha Desai,
correct.
Who is also Bhabu in the film.
Okay, okay, super.
She's an actor, accomplished actor and writer.
Super.
So she's the co-writer with Vipul, and so sorry, I lost my chain of thought.
No, you were talking about how, you know, like about the scene which is not there in the film, and you know, if you foresaw, do you saw the David Goliath?
Yeah. So Junaid's entire character, for me, foreseeing it was a man who was a Samaj Sudharak. The revenge story, see, right now with the edits and whatever we did eventually, before it came out, and you know, before even censor, we had edited all those films.
Yeah.
So there were portions in the film which, because of length, had to go on because of other reasons, which showed Karsan Das as a Samaj Sudharak first. Then this thing happens and it becomes a story of revenge. अभी आपको लगता है story of revenge है, वो नहीं है.
Okay.
He was actually a legit Samaj Sudharak.
Yes.
He was actually fighting for society, and he was a nobleman. Tomorrow, if I have to make a series on it, there's so much in his life.
Absolutely.
Because there's Kavi Narmad. If your mother
told you, yes.
Narmad came and gave him the, you know, the impetus.
Of course.
All that was there, and then we've had to, you know, tell a story in 2 hours. Because even the Maharaj Bhatia case, the Bhatia, first the case happened, Bhatias didn't land up. So there was a case which actually, there was a date set, the Bhatias didn't land up on the day of the case.
Correct. Okay.
And then Karsan had to go from the back door. There was a crowd, some of the crowd did not even know who Karsan was. So he, along with Tejpal and all, said, is taraf nahi, us taraf ho gaya hai, and they ran away. So these all portions are there, of course, but you could not put it all in. So for me, I was here. This is not a film about religion. In my film, he's fighting against one God man. He's not even fighting against one God man. वो तो picture में बोलता है.
Correct.
मेरा कोई व्यक्तिगत
लड़ाई नहीं है, personal नहीं है.
JJ से है भी नहीं. उनकी सोच से है। इनको इनकी मदद कौन कर रहा है? उन्हीं के रिलीजन और कम्युनिटी से लालवन जी महाराज,
Right,
who is
right.
a senior Maharaj, who says, like you said, सवाल ना
Yeah,
दे सके
exactly.
वो. So this is लालवन जी महाराज who tells him, he says मैं क्षत्रिय नहीं हूँ, he says कर्म से नहीं तो धर्म से.
Of course, of course.
तो I mean धर्म से नहीं तो कर्म से बन जाओ. तो all this is provided and supported by a religion or a community who believes that this one man is doing something wrong, and we will help you stand in your cause because we believe in the goodness of our religion and you also believe in the goodness of our religion.
Correct, correct.
So when the people saw it, they realized, "Yaar, this is the pro-religion, pro-humanity. This is not. This is actually asking a bigger question to society."
Correct.
So when I saw the film, I never thought कि I saw picture. जब लोग पिक्चर देख लेंगे, उनको समझ में आ जाएगी. What happened is किसी ने पिक्चर देखी नहीं, एक पोस्टर आया और बैन. I was like, oops. Like
did not see that coming.
Did not see that coming, and did not, expect that. Okay, a film is going to be judged by its cover right then.
Yeah.
So we knew that okay, there may be some issues, and naturally so, but those issues may be answered when you see the film.
Correct.
So yeah, for me as a maker, otherwise after a super hit film of Hichki, I should have made one film a year.
But you take your time.
We made the film 3 years ago, and then the waiting was there. But what happens for a filmmaker? You can't go and make another second, third, fourth film when you're living this film.
Correct.
Changes are being made, things are happening. So you can't move. A filmmaker can't move on.
Can't move on, yeah.
A writer can move on. An actor can move on. A filmmaker has to deliver that baby and then move on.
And sort of nurture it also for a while.
It's you're holding on to your
course,
voice.
Absolutely.
So in whatever way, good, bad, or ugly, that voice is your voice.
Correct.
Supported by, of course, all the brilliant people who have helped me.
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of the all's well that ends well story, but...
And I'm so happy your mom loved it, yeah.
Yes,
so
absolutely, absolutely. And that's how I pitched it to her as well, because I was fortunate to see it before, the actual initial intended release and everything. And but the thing is that the funny thing is that especially someone like you who is from the industry and we being from the media side, we know how the inner circle works as well, right? So in the inner circle, we kept talking about how we sort of foresaw it after watching the film as well. That okay, there might be this backlash, and even because it's been a history. There's a history for it. We've seen other films in the past, the bigger ones as well, facing the same kind of problems. So that's what I'm leading to the question is that जब ऐसे सब होता है when you've seen कि यार लोग देखे बिना पहले से जजमेंट पास कर देते हैं और उसका ये बैकलैश होता है कि भाई हम जाके इसको नहीं रिलीज होने देंगे. Sometimes it's very violent. Sometimes it's like this that you directly take the legal route. When something like this happens, do you ever be now skeptical कि आप अब सोचोगे कि नहीं यार अब मैं अगर किसी भी चीज में इस तरह के टॉपिक में या रिलीजन कोई भी रिलीजन के आसपास भी जाऊंगा
एहतियात बरतूंगा. It's not about, see, this was a film which had a message to tell. Tomorrow I get another film with a message to tell. I will tell it. I didn't make the film for religion. I didn't make the film for controversy. I made the film because it was a story that need to be told.
Right.
Unfortunately, there are parts of the film which have had to go, which would have pleased the critics very, very to their heart's content.
Okay.
But because some critics did not find it suitable. But if I made a film for them, then this film won't release.
Agreed.
This film has to release. There are too many people's money's on it. So you got to do what you got to do because you got to at least let the story come out.
Absolutely.
So for those who I can't go and show a director's cut. I can't do that. It does not work here.
Of course.
But we've all had to be cognizant of the fact that this is a film which should not hurt anybody.
Right.
It should not hurt any sentiment. It should not hurt any religion. It should not hurt any. And you're making a film to entertain people.
Absolutely.
So we were very, very responsible in our edit, in our choices of what to keep or not to keep. So which is why I was very confident that जिसने भी ये film देखी, उसको कुछ भी गलत
नहीं लगेगा.
कुछ भी है ही नहीं गलत लगने के लिए तो आप क्या ही इसमें डालोगे?
किस बात पे डालोगे? सही बात है. And but that leads me to the question, and which is the kind of wondering I even had when all this happened and everything, is that it's as you mentioned, you were very like sure about the product that nothing's gonna happen once they see it. And whatever happened also,
Yeah.
जो भी हुआ भी किस्सा भी हुआ, film को stay order मिल गया था and everything, all that happened right at the brink of release.
On the night.
Right, legitimately on the night
Yeah.
of it, right? But then if it's something जो आपने you did not see that coming, so to speak, then why was the decision taken to not release a single teaser or trailer?
See, that's a decision which Yashraj and Netflix have to take, how to market a film. And that's totally their call. A director is not consulted. This is how we're going to market your film. You make a film, you deliver it to your producer. Your producer needs to be happy with the film, and whoever is involved with the film needs to be happy with the film.
Correct.
How to put it out is not your job. You're not qualified for that. They are. And it is a sensitive film. They have to keep lots of thoughts in mind when they put out a film.
Right.
So I would trust Adi's best sensibilities and Netflix's best sensibilities to know this is how we want to put it out.
Correct.
We believe in your film. We believe in your work. But there's a way to put it out. And, good, bad or ugly, that's how it was.
Right.
And what followed, I'm just thankful to the judiciary because at one point I thought this film's not released. When the court case was on, I was like,
yes, of course. That's a certain worry, of course.
Because you're watching it live.
Correct.
I didn't know Gujarat cases can be watched live. So when you're watching it live, your palpitations go up way more than
True.
when you don't know what's going on.
Of
because
course.
now you know what's going on. You're hearing compelling arguments from both sides.
Correct.
So I was like, and every time I would see it, I would say, but there's nothing in the film. Please watch it. Someone watch it. Like all of y'all watch this full court. Just watch it.
Watch it, exactly.
And I'm thankful to the judiciary that they watched it and they found nothing offensive. I'm really, really thankful because one has really put in lots of hard work and been cognizant of the fact that sentiment should not be hurt. And that is what people are saying today.
Correct. That makes absolute sense. And also, coming to the actors and how everything turned out for them. What I found very interesting is that actually Sharvari had a much bigger impact, so to speak, in the way that her screen presence was throughout the film.
Right.
And she was credited with a special appearance thing, and I'm like, nah, this is not a special appearance for sure. In a good way, I'm saying that she's there throughout the film. And while Shalini Pandey's, obviously her track Prishment propels the entire storyline. Right. But was it because you mentioned, and this is something I just thought of right now, because you mentioned there was so much edits that took place. Obviously, there were scenes that had to be cancelled out. With Shalini Pandey's track, was it even more so a concern that you have to be all the more cautious? And did you edit out a lot more? There was more, and you had to remove it.
Of course, there was more, and I had to remove it. But we removed it before, like I said, we didn't remove it because of these things.
Right.
We removed it way, way, way before.
Okay.
But there was a lot with Jaideep's track, with Shalini's track, with Junaid's track, which all had to go. Yeah.
Right. Because what happened is, and the reason I mentioned Sharvari's thing is because her thing becomes a recurring, appearance.
Yeah.
Where, because now it's about him going
His
up
battle and then
his
Viraj's support.
Viraj is the support. So again, was it that part was intentional? Okay, now that we are getting rid of these cautious bits, we have to maintain that bit of a comic relief and that bit of a support,
So it was
and even a parallel love angle, so to speak.
It was always in the script.
Okay.
It was always written exactly in the script. What needed to go went, but उसके लिए एक rhythm थोड़ी हिल गई picture की. So some portions where it goes really high and then it goes here, then it became here and then it goes high.
Exactly.
So a rhythm naturally, but to tell a film like this in today's times, to bring this out, you got to be thankful that you're being allowed to tell this film.
Correct.
Then you can't be complaining about what's there and what's not there. You've got to be grateful that you've been given a chance to tell the story. And we've done it with all our heart and soul.
True.
So yeah, for Sharvari, of course, her track was always there, and we knew that when we were reading the film, when Viraj comes, because it's a heavy film before that, intense.
Exactly.
She comes like a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
And the way Sneha would read those lines, the Kathiawadi accent के साथ के मामा मासी का फर्क है, and धागे से मोर पोपट भी बना लेती हो, आपको दूसरी बार मुझसे better कौन
करेगा. Correct.
So Sharvari actually copied Sneha verbatim in tone.
Amazing.
Literally in tone, exactly how Sneha would read. She just got. I said, just do it the way she does it.
Perfect.
Sneha is a very good actor.
Yeah, of course.
So automatically, she's getting the love because she has sat with us and literally put in that hard work
Right.
of going through, learning the Gujarati
The
language,
tonality. Yeah.
understanding it, making sure it's not hammy.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'm happy that she's getting all the love. Yeah.
Yeah, because and for us, when we watch it, or there's always see the louder portions, actors are able to do it because
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing an accent which doesn't come naturally to you.
Correct.
The real test comes when you're doing an emotional scene.
Yeah.
And her scene with Junaid, where they're sitting on the stairs and she
One of
tells
my
the
favorite
story.
scenes. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, I love that scene
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
because you see the emotion, and even there, she's not losing it.
Yeah, yeah.
Her sirs and shurs are right there where
Yeah,
they're supposed
yeah.
to be. So kudos to her for that.
Yeah,
But
and I love that one expression which I told her it was a very tribute to Raj Kapoor Nargis ji expression. When she says, "No," he says, "There's a tight close up," but she
yes,
just does
yeah,
this.
absolutely,
So she just
absolutely.
does this,
Even the
and then she
clothes
says,
they're
"Mama
wearing,
Masi ki
Mama
ka farak
Masi
hai."
ka farak hai.
After that, when he
After that,
says, "Nirasha nahi, nirasha,"
Nirasha
and she just does
does
this,
this.
was a classic old world
Absolutely,
charm
absolutely.
for whoever got it. For me, it was
I
like
agree.
back in that.
Because you mentioned Raj Kapoor Nargis, even the clothes they were wearing just before that. She's wearing a white sari
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
black
yeah,
blouse.
yeah, yeah.
Junaid is in all black.
Yeah.
I understand those.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the beats
Yeah.
they're going for because it's a period drama. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be, they're sort of influenced by that also.
Yeah. Even my influence has been, Guru Dutt Saab, Raj Kapoor Saab,
Absolutely.
Yash Uncle, Yash Chopra. So for me, it's that getting those performances out. And I remember that scene, shooting that scene vividly, so clearly, and being so proud of her and Junaid at that point of time. Because I really wanted it to be heartfelt.
Right.
I didn't want it to be, I wanted it to be really, really. And I'm happy. It's one of my most favorite scenes in the film.
I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. It's genuinely very
Yeah.
impactful. Just a couple of things when
Yeah.
we round up. The whatever, because see, as you mentioned, every film has criticism, and something like
Sure.
this, all the more has
Yeah.
it even more so. When it comes to Junaid, I think while everybody's getting all the love, the thing with Junaid, I think what people pointed out is that his there's a certain lankiness to the way he has a screen presence, maybe intended for the film,
Yeah.
because otherwise it's not like he's there. Maybe it was intentional
Yeah.
or not. So that's what people are wondering. And so was it intentional? Because he has such a towering presence. He's a tall guy, right? So he is the lankiness.
Right.
Was it always intentional, or is it like something? It's just like a character quirk or something?
I think it's a character quirk. I think it was intentional. The lankiness was not intentional at all. But
And I'm sure there was a lot more.
Karsan was 23, 24.
Right.
Uh, the reason we cast Junaid is because we could have gone and cast a superstar, an actor. We could have gone to those actors. We wanted rawness. We wanted this boy to be raw at the edges,
Right.
to become a man.
Correct.
So what people are actually seeing right now is a man who is raw at the edges,
Right.
who becomes a man by the end in the court case.
Correct.
What all of us are used to when we see a hero is a hero coming,
Mm.
a hero talking heroically.
Yeah.
We are conditioned to see actors,
Correct.
or if he's your main lead, to come with that dynamic.
Okay.
So you're saying, ये अपना hero, ये क्यों, why is he being subservient?
I understand.
So there's a graph, and maybe we've either succeeded with lots of people who've loved him, and with some who've not, we've not.
Right.
But I think together in the collaboration, we've been happy with what we've got and what we've delivered. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Super. As I mentioned, just before we round it up, how relieved are you right now? Because see, I'm sure the positives are there. The fact that you're getting good news,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all the data is there
Yeah,
to
yeah.
explain it. But I think the purity of that relief is probably very internal for you right now.
Actually, today is the first day I'm relieved.
Okay.
Till now, I was numb.
Okay.
Even when it was a number one, my family is telling me it's doing well. I'm saying, no, but this is wrong. This is not. This could have been there. That could have not been
Yeah.
there. One keeps getting defensive about their
I agree.
material that they had or lost or could be there. Today, when that number came, because a Netflix number can't be tampered with.
True.
It's a global algorithm.
Absolutely.
Then I knew, okay, while groups are now messaging कि इसको सीखो, इसे सीख आए, then I knew that okay, now it's a legit hit. Now we've got a hit film,
right,
which people cannot say, अरे अच्छी लगी बुरी ये चल गई.
correct.
आप कुछ भी बोलो ये चल गई picture. So when you get that stamp,
Super.
you know that okay, you've landed a hit, and for people who've loved it, I'm very grateful. For people who've not, I'll work harder.
Super.
Yeah.
Awesome. And finally, to round it up completely, what are we gonna do? Because I see the thing is you've done 3 films over 15 years. I think it's about time you do a lot more.
You know, it was never intended. Trust me, I'm sitting on about 5 scripts, dialogue drafts.
Super.
Literally dialogue drafts,
Agreed.
ready to be shot.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that now those films I start moving into, there's something very, very exciting that has come to me offers wise after Maharaj released.
Oh, okay.
And I would have never expected that to ever come to me, but it's come to me, and I've signed it. So I'm very excited about what I'm working on next. And even the other scripts that I have. Hopefully from this year or next year onwards, we'll have a film a year for me.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
I'm sure everybody would love that. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Such a
Thank
pleasure
you.
talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.